Hey, big hello and welcome, folks. This is Oz Music Podcast episode number 6. I trust you're all doing well and have made it through last week relatively unscathed. Well, we are locked and loaded with another wave of insanely talented bands and artists handpicked from the Australian independent music scene. Sadly, I have managed to pick up a case of the man flu this week, but rain, hail or man flu, the show must go on. So, on my way into the studio tonight, I was having a quick chat with my son about the show, and he suggested to me, he said, "Dad, tonight don't try to be too charming, too witty or too intellectual, just be yourself." Cheeky little fella. Anyway, on episode number 6, we have lined you up another bunch of juicy artists and bands that have graciously offered their latest music for us to play on this week's show. And it's a really chill out mix of tracks tonight. The last few weeks we've had quite an incursion of heavy metal bands, so this week we're going on a bit more of a cruisy ride. Well, shuffling into tonight's talented lineup, we have the likes of Evol Walks, Austen, Steffii, Jimmi Carr Band, Lucy Burke, Moody Beach, and that is seriously just a window into the incredible bands featured on this week's episode, which of course is proudly sponsored by the crew over at Artie's Music. So kicking the show off for tonight is a talented singer-songwriter out of Sydney. This is Moody Beach with Slave.
Slave to my mind, you've got me feeling old.
out of Sydney, that was Moody Beach with Slave. Well, Moody Beach is actually the brainchild of Sydney songwriter Melissa Marie. And for Marie, music is a way of documenting what's happening in her life. Preferring to write a song instead of using a camera, she weaves her experiences together, letting them live a life of their own for her listeners. And for her, the work is all about the connection. And through music and performances, she serves up some of life's honesty and complexities. Her music is a journey and a space to unpack her experiences, granting her the freedom to reflect and build connections by sharing her unfiltered self. Marie explained, "I'm lucky to have an outlet for all the thoughts, ideas and interpretations and memories running through my head. I like challenging perceptions, both my perception of others and their perceptions of me." On that note, if you've ever seen Moody Beach perform, you'll see how she owns her space on the stage. She remarked how a woman's body is still a controversial subject, and it's something she consciously tackles through her music alongside how she behaves and what she wears, which is sometimes confronting for some people. This year, we'll see Moody Beach release some highly anticipated new music, culminating in her sophomore EP, Mirage, which features multiple singles, and as described by Marie, when it comes to music, she's not scared to experiment with genres. Mirage is a collection of all her favourite sounds, pop to shoegaze, flamenco to dark wave, all fitting together in a sonic loop. Well, the first taste of Mirage is with her debut single, Slave, and I believe the awesome single remix was only released just last week. So if you'd like to keep up to date with her new releases, etc., just click on over to her socials. Okay, well, next up on tonight's show is the talented artist whose song we actually featured a snippet of on last week's show. This is the wonderful Teischa with Not a Sad Song.
It's a constant truth, but now it's all we do. Don't get me wrong, this was not your fault. It's not a sad song. Didn't wanna string you along. You're not on your own. It's not a sad song. Growing every day, growing separate ways. Still you're the one who answered all my calls. Now how do I want more? Don't get me wrong, this was not your fault. It's not a sad song. Didn't wanna string you along. You're not on your own. It's not a sad song. Don't get me wrong, this was not your fault. It's not a sad song. Didn't wanna string you along. You're not on your own. It's not a sad song. I need to see me through from another point of view. I need to see me through from another point of view. I need to see me through from another point of view. I need to see me through from another point of view. Don't get me wrong, this was not your fault. It's not a sad song. Didn't wanna string you along. You're not on your own. It's not a sad song.
Wow, that is such a cool chill out track hailing from Western Australia. That was the latest single from Teischa, Not a Sad Song. This might be her most unique move, yet a bold statement for a performer that has so far taken the less obvious route for a young artist in her position. Yet despite this, the Fremantle native has never sounded more at home, coolly diffusing a fading personal situation over skittering drums, offbeat timing and chopped up piano samples. Accompanying Not a Sad Song is the B-side track titled Something, which is a beautiful lo-fi chaser to the feature track. So regarding the song we just heard, Teischa states the track was born out of experiencing lots of changes in her life, so her music naturally started to take that energy on. The process opened her mind to how certain sounds can make people feel things beyond just what you're saying. The song feels heavy when you reflect on the lyrics, but also makes you move and want to let go of anything weighing you down. And at only 22 years old, Teischa has lived a life enriched with experience beyond her years. Hailing from one of the world's most isolated cities, Perth in Western Australia, she spent the majority of her youth living in Thailand and other Australian coastal towns, leading a nomadic lifestyle which has offered her a truly unique perspective that is clearly evident in her music. And in the live space, she has performed at a bunch of leading music festivals around the world, including Splendour in the Grass, The Great Escape, Live at Leeds, Liverpool Sound City, Grooving the Moo, Byron Bay Blues Fest and Americana over in Nashville. And to celebrate her new release, she will be playing a show at her hometown of Perth on Friday, November the 8th at Sea Paradiso. That is a free entry gig, so if you are in Perth, you do not want to miss out on that one. Okay, moving on with tonight's show. This is Austen with her latest single, Young and Numb.
Wild and reckless, feeling like a god again, both too selfish, writing rules to break and bend. Now you can say that you don't feel the pain, run away like hands do in the dark. I can say that we were just a game, when you left I threw away my heart. Now I'm young and numb,
Beautiful song. That was flourishing moody pop wonder Austen, featuring her brand new single Young and Numb, which comes from her highly anticipated debut EP titled Passenger Seat, which has dropped as she heads out on tour supporting Love, Fame, Tragedy this October. The full-length EP includes previously released singles Anthem, Too High to Cry, and the self-love mantra Money. And if you remember, that track actually was accompanied by a vibrant and enthralling video clip. So adding to these dark and powerful tracks comes a reflective new single Young and Numb, which we just featured. Well, 2018 was a massive year for Austen, firstly being named in Triple J Unearth's top 40 most played artists after releasing only one song. She was then handpicked by Triple J Unearth to play their Big Sound showcase and finished up the year on the road with artist Pacers, collaborating as his main support act. Well, March's single release Anthem was the follow-up to crowd favourite Too High to Cry, which landed in Dave Ruby Howe's top 10 unearthed tracks of the year, and the track burst into 2019 with a spot rotation on Triple J, and her single Money was premiered on Triple J's Home and Hosed and was named Track of the Day on the AU Review. How cool. Well, her debut single Faded has accumulated almost 500,000 Spotify streams, with follow-up Dark Side sitting at about 150,000. That is some big numbers, I'm telling you. She's definitely one artist to watch, and she supported the likes of Kite Strings Tangle, Nicole Miller, KLP, Running Touch, Coltrane, Aurora, Nixon, as well as performing a show-stopping performance at this year's Big Pineapple Festival. So as I mentioned earlier, she is heading out supporting Love, Fame, Tragedy next month. So quickly, those show dates are Tuesday the 8th of October, Oxford Art Factory in Sydney, Wednesday the 9th of October, Howler in Melbourne, and finally Thursday the 10th of October, the Zoo in Brisbane. So go indulge yourself in some self-love with Austen and head out and see some of her live shows, and especially have a listen to the new EP Passenger Seat, which is now available on all streaming platforms. Okay, we'd better move on with tonight's show. The next artist was actually featured on episode number 2, and she is back with fresh material and exciting new video clips. This is the delightful Heleina Zara with Fake.
I thought my friends were friends, but this shit seems to never end. The hate, no, I can't take it anymore. No, left a lot of things unsaid, left a lot of tears unshed, so fake. No, I can't take it anymore. Be real, say what's on your mind, 'cause I don't need your empty promises or your lies. You make plans that never stay made, pretend you're perfect but you make mistakes. You talk a lot but nothing to say. You're so fake. You used to hold on and never let go, but now I know better and you'll never know. You talk a lot but nothing to say. You're so fake. It's like some crazy disease. It better not get a hold of me, it's too late. Yeah, I can't take it anymore. Be real, say what's on your mind, 'cause I don't need your empty promises or your lies. You make plans that never stay made, pretend you're perfect but you make mistakes. You talk a lot but nothing to say. You're so fake. You used to hold on and never let go, but now I know better and you'll never know. You talk a lot but nothing to say. You're
that was rising independent artist Heleina Zara with Fake, which comes from her debut EP titled Lessons. And as I said before we played her song, if any of you remember, we did actually feature Heleina back on episode number 2 with her track Broken Toy, and we have been lucky enough to play another single from the debut EP on the back of its release only last week. Well, she's an 18-year-old singer-songwriter actress from Sydney, and as an Australian with Filipino heritage, she draws on her rich cultural background and everyday experiences to bring her music to life. Her single we just played was released in June, and it's about fake friends who flake on you. I'm sure we all have one of those. And look, the follow-up single, titled Quietly, talks of finally putting behind her untangling messy thoughts that she struggled expressing and basically letting anxiety get the best of her for years. As I mentioned earlier, the track we aired is from her debut EP Lessons, which was just released last week on the 18th of September, and of course is now available for streaming or purchase. So make sure you show Heleina some support. Head over and check out her Triple J Unearthed and her Facebook profiles, and you can also watch her latest music video releases for the singles Quietly and Fake over on her YouTube channel. Well, get ready, folks. Next up tonight is a band who bleeds pure Aussie rock. This is Evol Walks with Burning in Silence.
Letting go of our past.
that one got me feeling better. They say that music is the best medicine. From their latest EP, Our Time Is Now, that was Evol Walks with Burning in Silence. The five-piece have come a long way since 2014, releasing 2 EPs, touring Australia, parts of Europe and the west coast of the USA, as well as becoming a well-known name in the Los Angeles music community. They have rapidly emerged as heavyweight contenders in the music scene, and after hearing the track that we just played, there is no wondering why. And I did have a solid listen to the EP over the week, and it is amazing. Great songs, great mix, guitar and bass work, and those incredible vocals. Each track is just jam-packed with energy, features brilliant guitar work, and is definitely a step up in terms of musicality and songwriting for them as a band. Now slinging it with the big guns and based in LA, they've bagged an EP, captured a massive following of fans around the globe, playing packed shows across 3 continents, and I am certain there's only much more to come for this amazing group. Well, earlier in the week, I was chatting with Leah, their powerhouse lead vocalist, and I asked her how she does those high-note hard rock screams in the songs. And she told me that back when she was a kid, she was walking around the back of a shed at home, and when she turned the corner, she nearly stood on a brown snake and instinctively went, "Rah!" No, that's not really a true story, but what a set of pipes does she have? Though they do say that their hard edge takes inspiration from the giants of heavy music, from AC/DC to Zeppelin to Sabbath to Joan Jett, Stone Sour and Monster Magnet, and they give it a modern tweak. To be honest, I think I may hear a little bit of a Baby Animals groove in the mix as well. There's another killer Aussie band for you. Well, as I mentioned, the new EP, Our Time Is Now, is out now and available on all streaming platforms for your listening pleasure. Okay, moving along with tonight's show. The next track is actually a collaboration of artists. This is Steffii featuring Connor Jones with My Girl.
She wants a green Lamborghini, cream inside on fleek. She's hot in her bikini with her designer streak and her expensive taste. Designer eyes, wants American base, 6 figures and eyes. Yeah, she's got it. She's heading for the stars. She wants expensive martinis. Got that good physique, the richest of the genies. Not any type of freak. She don't wanna waste what she tries. Her dress will lace, no compromise. Hot moves like a rock star. She'll blow your mind, 'cause she is.
She's hot, she's so hot. Got everything you'd ever want, but she's my girl. Yeah, she's my girl. She don't want what you've got. She only has eyes for one. Yeah, she's my girl. Yeah, she's my girl. She's my girl.
She wants a black pair of beats, the hottest of the season. Tats on her body, please, needs not any permission. Wants a private jet, pull like a house. She's a hoppernette with up and house. Yeah, she's got it. Designer, nothing less. She wants a Range Rover for the streets, a 3-story mansion, and nothing will compete with all of that fashion. Got the cutest pets. She likes to browse the latest sets for her surrounds. Her things like Jordan. She loves it all, and she is.
She's hot, she's so hot. Got everything you'd ever want, but she's my girl. Yeah, she's my girl. She don't want what you've got. She only has eyes for one. Yeah, she's my girl. Yeah, she's my girl. She's my girl.
My girl. My girl.
Connor Jones, give it up.
My girl, one of a kind man. I've been around the world and I'm in love with your flight plans. I'm giving out these pearls for the love of my life, and I'm coming in hot, hot, fun with a tight dance. Why wait? Let's get out of here right now. I'm proud of our connection, no doubt it will never die down. Get it in when the vibe bounce, lift me up, take me on a high route. What am I willing to do for her? Make a move, buddy, you will find out. My girl is a cool chick, my world. So let's go, baby, we can get it right now.
Yeah.
She's hot, she's so hot. Got everything you'd ever want, but
such a chill vibe. That song has really grown on me over the past few days. That was Steffii with My Girl. Well, Steffii is an Australian-born rapper and her nationality is of German and Cambodian. She spent a lot of her childhood writing and singing music, and with her influences from some of the most iconic and talented musicians like Nicki Minaj, Iggy Azalea, Cardi B and Lady Gaga. Steffii first attracted attention playing music in venues all over Australia, and with her uplifting, fierce stage presence and her unique vocal style, she captured the attention of the public very quickly. Performing in Australia's very own Fast Track Talent Showcase in 2018, Steffii, of course, wowed the judges with her talent, and she quickly made it through as a grand finalist. And in 2018, Steffii released her very first single titled Dirty Love, and that was followed by a raunchy music video to spice it up a little. And not long after, in 2019, Steffii dropped 3 more singles, Living Life, YOLO, and the track we played, My Girl. Well, My Girl is a collaboration track with Australian rap artist and producer Connor Jones, and Steffii has a music video coming in October for this track, and she will also have an album launching sometime in late 2019. Keep an eye out for that one. She's also relocating from Melbourne to Brisbane to pressure her music career in late September. Look, all of her tracks are trending on social media platforms, so shoot on over and check out her latest news, latest releases, and make sure you keep an eye out for that video release of My Girl next month. Well, we have to move on with the show, so next up is the Jimmy Carr Band with Far Away.
Don't burn your bridge back home. You'll be back before too long. It feels like letting go. It feels like rolling in the snow. But I'll see you when you're coming round to bend. I'll see you when you're coming home again. I have to bite my tongue, just not to scream at everyone. It feels like holding on when you know that everything is wrong. But you see me when I'm coming round the bend. You see me when I'm coming down again. I'm far away now, down in the valley from whence I came. I'm far away, boy, damn it, I know you feel the same. Don't paint your signs back home to hide directions they have shown. It seems the lights are down. We're tired from all our running round. But I'll see you when I'm coming round the bend. And you'll see me when you're coming down again. I'm far away now, down in the valley from whence I came. I'm far away, boy, damn it, I know you feel the same. I'm far away now, down in the belly from whence I came. I'm far away, but I'm coming home again.
Great track. That was the Jimmy Carr Band with Far Away, which is the first single release from the new album titled Second Story. Well, Jimmy Carr is a singer-songwriter and music producer from the Blue Mountains, New South Wales, and up to date he's released 5 albums and an EP under his own name, and also 2 albums with his electronic rock fusion band Inner Mech, which were all released through Shoestring Records, Vitamin Records, and most recently through his own label Altitude Music. And Jimmy's songs are both original and accessible, and he draws on a wide range of influences that move through folk, blues, alternative country to rock, rock, and he displays an impressive pop sensibility and classic songwriting skills. And his music is rootsy and lyrical, but often with a funk rock edge. It could be described as somewhere between Ryan Adams, Wilco and Beck, where the music of his band Inomec is more of a fusion of prog rock and electronic dance music. And as a teenager, Jimmy played in the funk metal fusion outfit Tang, which toured extensively, playing at major festivals and supporting bands such as Dig. And since then, Jimmy has played his own original music as a solo artist, also in his acoustic and electric bands, and has been playing on bills with acts including the great Xavier Rudd, Jeff Lang, Doc Neeson and Hermitude. And Jimmy with his band have played at many leading venues, including The Basement at Newtown, the Vanguard, the Heritage Bulli, Bar Open in Melbourne and the Troubadour in Brisbane. And they have also played a number of large outdoor music festivals. Inomec released their first debut EP back in 2014, and the lead single The Line was extremely well received by alternative radio stations across the country, and its accompanying video clip was aired on ABC's Rage. Then the full-length album Border Town was released in early 2017, accompanied by 2 singles and video clips which all received extensive airplay as well. Jimmy is currently working with a new lineup of the Jimmy Carr Band, and the new album Second Story was only just released this month and of course is available everywhere. Included with the CD version is the bonus disc First Story, early years 2004 to 2016, which is also available digitally everywhere. So head over to their socials and have a listen, grab a CD and see if you can maybe get your hands on one of the vinyl albums, which I believe arrive in only a few weeks' time. Okay, up next tonight is a very talented artist out of New South Wales. This is Lucy Burke with Calm Before the Storm.
Like the calm before the storm upon my dreams. I never ever thought it would be. I know it all comes down to that day. Fate was playing games when it took a chance on you. You won't get there, but something tells me it sees something in us yet. It seems we fall into the basement without a car to chase them. You're looking for the peace sign, but all you see is bright lights and
That was Lucy Burke with Calm Before the Storm. Oh my, such a stunning voice. That was just amazing. Well, to give you all a little bit of a background on Lucy, she is a singer-songwriter hailing from Sydney, performing in the style of ambient pop jazz, drawing influences from artists such as Lana Del Rey, Portishead, Billie Eilish and Radiohead just makes her music so varied and truly engaging. Not one to be boxed in, her live performances range from a gentle and intimate vibe to her powerful and soaring vocals we just heard on that track. Supported by her band, Lucy has become a premier act on the local music scene, and she has performed throughout Sydney at venues like Lazy Bones, Venue 505, The Basement and The Vanguard, amongst many. And she was the feature artist at the Sydney Football Stadium in 2016, and that was after winning the Bands on Stage competition, and the feature artist at the Australian Songwriters Award in 2017, where she performed her single, Leaving on a Lie. She has actually had 3 previous studio releases, and with her love of songwriting, storytelling and recording quality music, she delights in working with industry professionals. And her debut album Botany Street, which was released in 2008, was recorded at the famous Abbey Road Studios in London. And her Behaviour EP, which dropped in 2013, was actually recorded at the Wiggle Studio. And Chasing Sparks album was recorded and produced at the Church Street Studios back in 2016 by none other than Sean Carey, former guitarist of Thirsty Merc. How much fun would have that been? Well, she just released her latest single, we just played, Calm Before the Storm, and as you can hear, she's firmly found her musical voice, blending ambient orchestral with those awesome electronic pop sounds. If you would like to find out more about Lucy, or even catch her at a live show, or stream her music, just head over to her Facebook and social profiles and say hello. Okay, moving on with the show. Next up tonight is another collaboration of artists, and I will tell you a little bit more about them after we spin up the track. This is Yibby, Poke.
Look, I need vices, elevate grip on bad device vipers, steaming on my rice. Jerry and I'm hella scary, and I was in them down with Lil Debbie in Biscuit Town. Me and my makeup fighting at the round, dogs on pound to pound for you round the crown. Or shot, they hoping, scoping open, that I here just choking. Periodly, pyramids, these geezers, permanent, periwinkle saps, couldn't let them get the glitter. Yeah, I be running laps, and this is it. Tell a friend, watch your back and don't put your watch back. All in good practice, I'm a polar opposite with the hope to be a magnet, attracting brackets in the with the magnascope, the fragments like I'm scooping swooshes. Cause pay your dues is useless. Respect to they pocket and they jumping all the hoosies. Whoopty whoopty, gave him a whoopty.
Got no interest in niggas that's only chasing clout. And I got no interest in niggas I gives no fucks about. And I got no interest in fishy niggas, don't let off the hook. Never trust and forgiving because it's weakness they took. They peep the buzz around me, getting up, never letting up. I'm a setting niggas the biggest much. Every line I'm spitting is hitting harder than fisticuffs and pistol bust. My wallet's allowance and looking prison buff. You ain't gotta fictionalize, I'm on some marvelous shit. I'm getting it going, they calling it quits. The peak I'm bestowing, they harvest my dick. Heated the moment your confidence missed. Needing components to start it and live. Man, I swear just when I get on, they won't like me. Cause the odds of me, you're falling, my nigga, that's never likely. At the bottom of the bottle with someone you probably find me. Plus the footwork balance and checking these niggas' Nikes.
And that was Yibby with his latest single release featuring Raj Mahal, Poke. Well, that track really reminds me of the artist clipping. You have one cool song there, guys. Well, after announcing his arrival with his debut EP, Yibby has teamed up with fellow breakout artist Raj Mahal for that single we just played. And the 20-year-old wonder kid just completed his city-to-city tour with blockbuster gigs in Melbourne and Sydney. Well, that track is more brash than his previous releases and shows Yibby's diversity and ability. And enlisting fellow wordsmith Raj Mahal really brings his signature energy to that explosive second verse. So, from releasing his debut single back in November last year, Yibby has quickly gained tons of fans and secured himself firmly into the Aussie music market. And his previously released single, pulled from his debut EP, was added to spot rotation on Triple J, as well as full runs on Triple J Unearthed, FBI, Sin, 4ZZZ, Edge Radio, and even a bunch of spins on Beats Radio 1. And honestly, the Lost in Translation EP has just cemented Yibby's powerful arrival in the rap scene. Switching between chaotic tracks to the slower, more laid-back jams, he is a chameleon of the genre, making it truly impossible to predict what's coming up next with his music. And in less than 10 months, he supported such acts as Draft, Arno Faraji, Milan Ring and Curran, as well as performing a show-stopping set at the Bad Friday Festival. And seriously, it is only a matter of time until he's headlining festival stages all across Australia. So just to remind you, the track has been released and is available at all good streaming platforms. So that's not the bad ones, just the good ones. Okay, moving on. Next up tonight is a solo artist hailing from southeast Queensland. This is Replenished Sky with his instrumental track, Gateway to More. That was epic. Out of Brisbane, Replenished Sky with Gateway to More. Well, I am a bit of a sucker for instrumentals, and that track kind of reminds me a little of the early work from Flume. It has a real theatrical twist about it, maybe a bit of Devon Townsend thrown in there as well. Anyway, the artist describes the track as an embodiment of longing for something better, whilst also loving what you have now. A paradox we can all relate to. I love my guitars, but I'm constantly longing for more and more and more. Look, I believe this is Replenished Sky's debut release, so you need to keep an eye out for any new material dropping, and to do that, just head over to his Facebook page and keep up to date with what this great Queensland artist is up to next. Well, guys and girls, unfortunately, once again, we have arrived to the end of this week's show, so I guess it is time to do the usual shout-outs. Firstly, a massive thanks to all of you awesome bands for sharing your music with us this week. It truly is a pleasure to be able to support you all on the show. And thanks again to Artie's Music for all their support and help behind the scenes. And if you are looking for any recording, studio gear, instruments, anything like that, you need to check them out. And you can find them at their retail stores in Brisbane and Townsville. But if you prefer to shop online, just hit them up at artiesmusic.com.au 24 hours a day. Well, speaking of musical equipment, this week a good mate of mine brought over a new toy he'd just purchased, a Roland Axe Edge guitar. I believe they have been around for a while, and this is by no means a paid endorsement, but how much fun is that bad boy? Honestly, you pick it up and suddenly 4 hours has passed. It's like a virtual time machine. Guitars are back, baby. I actually nearly didn't turn up tonight because I was too engrossed in playing Van Halen and Carr's songs. Oh, and speaking of the Carrs, how sad was it to hear that the lead singer frontman Rick Ocasek passed away last week? Another legend gone, R.I.P. Well, the most important shout out I definitely cannot forget is you, our loyal listeners who tune in to the show every week and stick around with me until the end. We really do appreciate your continued support. And just to remind you all, if you do want to tune in and listen to any of the past episodes, read show notes or find details on any of the previous featured artists, etc., just head over to our website at ozmusicpodcast.com and it is all there in one place waiting for you. Well, rounding us off for tonight is a newly formed indie folk music project based in Brisbane called This New Light. Creating vibrant and cinematic tracks, this act has earned a devoted following in his hometown, which is growing bigger every day. And ultimately the brainchild of Samuel Ailing, This New Light's music is gaining huge momentum, having played some incredibly exciting shows off the back of dropping the debut EP. The track we're going to spin up tonight is the latest single only released last week, and the single explores a fresh sound and a more vulnerable writing style. It is the first song in a collection of original works making their way into his tight live set. The next 6 months is sure to be an exciting time for This New Light, with more music releases and other content to complement the sound that's always maturing. He's currently a grand finalist for Listen Up's National Songwriting Competition, where he will perform his new track at the Factory Theatre in Sydney on November the 28th. And to celebrate the release of the new track, he's putting on a single launch at the Bloodhound Bar on September the 27th. So make sure if you're in the area, you get along and support this great artist. Tickets are available online, which you can find links, etc., on their Facebook events page. So, an absolute perfect song with the perfect vibe to take us home tonight. This is This New Light with The Other One.
Would you take me as I am, knowing that you could have had something that's beautiful? These scars can't be scratched off, darling. This heart cannot repair to make you love me more.
you wouldn't give it all away. Just to find me as I am. 'Cause every second that you're with me, you'll be thinking about the one you could have had, the one you could have had. And every moment we spend alone, you'll be learning I'm not enough for who you are, enough for who you are. And every moment we spend alone, you'll be learning I'm not enough for who you are, enough for who you are.